Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth issues a new directive to rein in Pentagon spending on IT services contracts. And the GSA's Technology Transformation Services faces more workforce cuts. It's Friday, April 11th, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's dive into the day's top headlines. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth signed a memo Thursday ordering the termination of several IT services contracts and directing the Pentagon's Chief Information Officer to draw up plans for insourcing, among other measures. The aim of the new directive is to cut wasteful spending and support the continued rationalization of the Defense Department's IT enterprise, Hegseth wrote. The move comes amid a broader push by the Trump administration to implement Department of Government efficiency initiatives across federal agencies. Hegseth's new memo to senior Pentagon leadership ordered the termination of contracts affecting a variety of DoD components, including a Defense Health Agency contract for consulting services, an Air Force contract to resell third-party enterprise cloud IT services, a Navy contract for business process consulting services, and a Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, contract for IT help desk services. In a video released on social media touting these DOGE-related efforts, Hegseth estimated that those contract terminations would save the Pentagon approximately $1.8 billion, $1.4 billion, $500 million, and $500 million respectively. The memo says that the contracts represent non-essential spending on third-party consultants to perform services that could be more efficiently performed by the highly skilled members of the DoD workforce. Hegseth also tasked the Pentagon CIO to work with the DOGE team to produce a plan within 30 days for how the DoD will insource IT consulting and management services to the department's civilian workforce. On top of that, the CIO has been asked to develop a plan to negotiate the, quote, most favorable rates on software and cloud services so that the DoD pays no more for IT services than any other enterprise in America. The CIO has also been asked to complete an audit of Pentagon software licensing by April 18th. Hegseth wrote that the purpose of the audit is to ensure that we are only paying for the licenses we actually use, the features we actually need, at the most favorable rates. In other news, another round of General Services Administration workforce cuts is hitting the Technology Transformation Services team, specifically within its integrated award environment, solutions, and Office of Regulatory and Oversight Systems programs, sources confirmed to FedScoop. Under TTS, the solutions, platforms, and services, front office, public experience, and accelerators teams were all affected by the reductions. However, there are some programs that are safe from the current and widespread reductions enforced, and those include FedRAMP, Login.gov, and Cloud.gov, according to sources. Additionally, TTS consulting, fellowships, and front office teams are untouched as well. TTS Director Thomas Shedd previously said during remarks at a GSA town hall that the Office of Regulatory and Oversight Systems and the Integrated Award Environment team would be prioritized against any cuts. A source told FedScoop that cuts such as these might endanger basic system operations and cause the Integrated Award Environment to have issues that could break all of federal contracting. The IAE team has already seen the loss of several layers of leadership and a few major contracts. The IAE program serves as a government-wide initiative that the GSA's Federal Acquisition Service administers. It's tasked with modernizing the government's award experience through facilitating the process of online systems that are used for doing business with the federal government and other contracting activities. Shedd said during last month's town hall that IAE would continue to exist and remain under TTS for now. The source with knowledge of the situation told FedScoop that the GSA called all affected divisions into an emergency meeting on Thursday with human resources. Those unaffected were notified of the reduction in force later in the day. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back next week with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.